Hey everyone, I thought I would do a little room tour of my classroom and how it's come together and show you the different spaces. And of course there's a few things that aren't done, but I mean there always will be, right? So I hope you enjoy. Also, one more thing, if you have any questions about what you see, at the end I'm gonna put the questions little box and then you can ask them or as we go, whatever works. Thanks. So this is from the door that you would enter in. I have a lot of windows, which makes it a little bit tricky for videoing. I usually don't have the lights on, so it looks a little bit different, but that's okay to kind of see the whole room there. All right, so first up is the home corner, or a corner that could become anything you'd like it to be, as I try to leave it quite blank. Right now it does have food in it, but as the year goes on, we end up changing it. This whole wall is basically whiteboard, and that is where my wonder wall goes, but it's blank now because we do it together. It's important to co-construct, right? And above we do giant Sharpie portraits of ourselves, which stay up the whole year. Okay, so as we move from the home corner, it kind of transitions into a little light table area, which is an old, oh, you can see the cord right now, but an old coffee table that I found on the side of the street, which has storage underneath for light table manipulation. So as we move from the home corner, it kind of transitions into a little light table area, which is an old, oh, you can see the cord right now, but an old coffee table that I found on the side of the street, which has storage underneath for light table manipulation. Okay, and then storage for creating and building and playing. And then again, you'll see the wonder wall, which will be behind it, so that will go as well. It's just up for right now, and you can see how long and great it is. It's almost the whole length of the wall. And these are just being stored here right now, but this is what I use for my wonder wall. So I do an 11 by 17 of the child in a thinking pose, blown up in color, with one of these laminated bubbles up on that wall. And I reuse them. Here's what the class looks like from this corner in that wonder area that I just showed you, just to give you kind of another. So then moving over to this little unit, which is awesome for Playmobil. I love tying Playmobil to any inquiry and provocation that we're doing. It's great for storage, but it's also great for setting up like little small worlds on the different levels, which is really fun. And then moving over, we have our little like sensory kind of tent, which can also be used as the cave if you're doing the empowered inquiry spaces, which I love, and some different sensory tools that are in. And then next to that, along the back, I have another building section with those giant, amazing big blocks, which are very hard to store. So this bench that I inherited, well, my classroom inherited a few years ago, is perfect for it. Along the top, I also have these reading bags, which we kind of switch, not right at the beginning of the year, but as we get going, and kids, they're like a book bag, so they keep their books in, so that's a great place to store those as well. And then I have these book bags that go here as well that are stored really nicely in this basket. We won't use these right at the beginning, but as we get going, they get to switch their books in a big trolley. We started that last year. In this area here along the shelves, I do a lot of like storage for math manipulatives. Board games are back there, puzzles, and then this in the spring we use for planting, but for the rest of the year I'd like to have lavender, mint, and lemon for kind of a sensory. And then a rainbow table for groups and guided groups. Literacy storage for literacy guided groups. My standing desk, which is where I store all of my journals and math journals in those bins there. And this is the view from this corner, well, kind of from sitting at my rainbow table, of everything that you can see that everywhere we've kind of gone. So the coat room, I keep past class pictures up on there along with some visuals, math manipulative storage, shoes, change of clothes, backpacks, literacy bins, and then if last few little items that need to get sorted and taken out of here before we start. This is my teacher standing desk. And again, like these scrapbook bins, I just realized that will fit the journals, the math journals, and our little writing books. So I'm really excited about that. Literacy and math. I use these, which are, there's one for every 3 kids, markers, one for every 3 kids, crayons, and then this is kind of word wall and a little writing art center there. I use one of those bins, the crayons and markers for 3 kids, because my kids sit in pods of 9, so 3, 3, 3, and it works really well. I love communal supplies. And then in the middle of the tables, I have these baskets. And these are the little succulents for each month. for celebrating our birthdays, and they go on the other side as well. But so what I'm going to do is there'll be popsicle sticks with the kids' names. So if your birthday's in May, it'll say your name and the date, and it'll stuck in the corner. Here's our word wall or alphabet wall, whatever you'd like to call it. We'll put up the kids' names, and it'll be an activity we do together so they know where to find them. We don't want to have the wall full now because that doesn't make sense for learning. If you'd like these letters, let me know. And this is a little kind of reading nook, but also these will all double as flexible seating tools, storage crates, which I Velcroed and stuck down the tops, made little cushions. Also great because they are full of my clipboards, which I've never been able to store properly before. And this one's like a little coffee table that kids could kneel on, and they can move around the room. And this will be our goal setting wall. But again, I like to co-create the room and build things with the kids. And then the other part of the reading nook or corner is over here. And I don't think this bench will be up for moving around the room. They can work over here and sit on it or kind of lounge on it, but I don't think we'll be moving that one around the room. And this is from the other door. So this is actually the door we come in, and the one I said we came in is actually our exit door, but visitors come in the other one, if that makes sense. This is our carpet area or campfire area, kind of like a teacher area, really just to work the projector board with some resources underneath. Front board, which is missing schedule right now. The front kind of with a little teacher area over here, but just like a big space to share and to learn. We spend a lot of our time here. There we go again. I love this trolley as well with some good books out to start. And this is a lot of more creating and building manipulatives, but a lot of what I use for Story Workshop. And it's been gathered and collected over years. So you can see there's lots of different things that the children can use for Story Workshop. And then it also obviously gets used during our free exploration time as well. Trying to be more nature-based and wood when I can. And then here's a look from this angle. And of course, my visual schedule is not up yet. And I know how important that is, and it definitely will be up. And then these are some visuals for different inquiry spaces around the room from Inquiry Mindset. Trevor and I decided that we needed bigger visuals so that people could use them in their classroom, and they're in English or French, which we'll be making available for you to download very soon. It's very hard to film laminated things, but so different spaces around your room.
Hold on to me as we go, as we roll down this unfamiliar road.
So a few more things to come are some options for flexible seating, stability balls at home, stools have been ordered, and then again, lots of different spaces around the room, individual, the cave, campfire all together, groups, the watering hole, so guided group, different carpet areas around that they can go and sit with clipboards. They love using the big carpet with clipboards, little tables that can be used during learning time and exploration time. So hopefully a variety of different spaces for learning.
Hold on to me as we go, as we roll down this unfamiliar road.